Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm excited because it has been a hot minute since I sat down and filmed. Because first I was off in Europe, then I went to Vegas for the Creators and Friends trip, but now I'm home, I have some new makeup, and I thought, you know what, we'll just do a little get ready with me and I will chat about the Creators and Friends trip. So if that's what you're into, grab a snack, grab a drink, it's gonna be a long one. Okay, so before I start the video with my naked face, I did just want to let you know I am going to be spotlighting a couple of products here. I did purchase the Unearthly Sorcerous Smoke palette before I left, and it just got to me a little bit before I started jet setting on my travels. So I wanted to try this out today. Super excited about it. I also did receive the new Ravie Beauty lipsticks from Allie Glein's new brand, Ravie, on the Creators and Friends trip, so I wanted to try that out. But y'all, my beautiful friend Angie released some new face brushes with Singe Beauty and a couple new eye brushes and a powder puff and a sponge and all of the things, and I wanted to play. When we were in Vegas, I saw Angie's brushes, I had a sneak peek, and I knew that they would be waiting for me when I got home, so that's what we're here to play with. Let's go ahead and jump in. Well, this look is a whole entire vibe, isn't it? I promise you, it'll get better from here. But I want to talk to you about the Creators and Friends holiday party that I went to in Vegas. And while I do that, I want to try out a couple new things. I definitely was so excited to come home to these new Singe Beauty brushes. Okay, so I went to the Creators and Friends trip with a couple of my girlfriends, Heather Austin and Angelica Nyqvist. I will have them linked down below. Heather brought her sister-in-law, and so Angie and I had been talking about going and staying together as well. And then when we found out Heather and her sister-in-law were coming, we all shared a room together at the Paris. So I got to check out Angie's brushes. She had them there with her. I was definitely taking a sneak peek, and I was so excited to learn that they were going to be here waiting for me when I got home. So we are going to try them out. I'm also going to be showcasing these beautiful boxes, these new Singe Beauty boxes. I'm going to be using these also because on the beautiful brush here, it tells you this is the F02, and I saw how Angie used this one. But also on the side of the brush, I really like that Angie listed a suggestion for how to use them. She told me ultimately she wanted people to be able to use the brushes however they wanted to, but I love a suggestion, right? So on the box for the F02, it says super soft brush with a point tip for precision that's perfect for blending concealer or eyeshadow primer without creating streaks. So I am going to use this one for my eyeshadow primer today. I also am very excited to try out her new face brushes. This one is her F01, and the F01 is listed as a foundation or cream product brush to buff in product while still allowing for a precise application. So we're gonna start with this one first. We are going to use it for foundation, but I'm gonna go ahead. I already have some primer on. I'm just going to list the products that I'm using down below. I may hold them up more so for myself to remember to list them, but I don't really want to showcase too much product wise. I really want to have a chance to just like get ready together and talk about the trip. And I did ask you guys if you had any questions about the trip, so I will be answering that as we go as well. But the first weekend in December was the Creators and Friends holiday party. This was put on by Samantha March and Cymbre Thinks over on Instagram. I will of course have them listed down below. I took a trip earlier in the year to Charleston, and I was able to go to the first Creators and Friends retreat. That was super exciting. That was during the week. So I was really excited that the holiday party was going to be on a weekend because if you don't know, I am an elementary school teacher, and taking time away from work can be really challenging just because as a teacher, you know, a lot of people like to say, oh, you have holidays off, you have summers off, which is true and very amazing. But because of that, it can oftentimes be difficult to take days away from work when it's not like a scheduled holiday time. So for the Charleston trip, I did have to take 4 days off of work. For this holiday party, since it was on a Saturday, I chose to take a half day Friday and to take all day Monday off to travel over to Vegas. I'm based in Houston, so Vegas was just a 3-hour flight, I believe, and I was able to hop right over to Vegas, direct flight. Super excited to meet up with my girlfriends. There were a few people there that I knew were coming who were in Charleston, so I was excited to see them again. Lauren May, Kelly Gooch, of course I was excited to see Cymbre again. One of the questions that I was asked was, who were you most excited to meet in going there? And I have to say, I was most excited to meet Samantha, because I've mentioned this before. I've talked about her several times on my channel. I'm just gonna dip in with my brush here. I've talked about her several times on my channel. She was my first YouTube friend, my first ever YouTube friend. So I was super excited to meet her in person. We did a collab like many moons ago. Many moons ago. I'm pretty sure it was in like 2016. And you know, we have kept in touch ever since that collab. I'm pretty sure, I was trying to think back to the origin of our friendship, and I'm pretty sure we were both following each other on Instagram first. Then I started my channel and realized she had a channel and followed her there, and we've just kind of been friends ever since. We have kept in contact. It was funny because, you know, while we were there, our first night, Friday night, we were able to go out to dinner. When I say we, I'm talking about Heather, Angie, and Heather's sister-in-law, because the 4 of us, since we were rooming together, we spent a lot of time together, obviously. You know, like our scam. I mean, we were planning to spend time together, but then of course we were there for the Creators and Friends holiday party. So a lot of what we did together. So when you hear me say we, that's who I'm talking about. We had the opportunity to go to dinner Friday night at Hakkasan. And this was something that Sam and Cymbre scheduled for us. They made a reservation. They were only allowed to have a certain amount of people for the reservation. So I was excited to try it out just because I've been to Vegas before, but I've been maybe 3 times. I haven't done everything there by any means. You know, I'm not big onto gambling, and I'm not huge into the nightlife. So I had actually never been to Hakkasan. It's a restaurant and a nightclub. Their drinks there were so beautiful. So beautiful. I had the Hakka. It was delicious, okay? I do not like the taste of alcohol. I'm just not a huge fan of it. So if I'm gonna have a drink, it needs to be like fruity. That's what I'm going for. And so I tried the Hakka. It was delicious. I wanna say it had like lychee in it, maybe some pineapple. So good. If you go there, get that drink if you like fruity drinks. It was delicious. But the food was also really good as well. I had, I think it was called the Hong Kong fried rice. This brush, I kid you not, there are no streaks. I prefer a foundation sponge. And the reason why I prefer a foundation sponge is because I find that brushes are really streaky, but I have no streaks. Like, this is amazing. I have no streaks. Now I had to kind of dig into the edges here, because as you can see, I'm trying to use up this foundation, y'all. Like, I am trying to use it up, but I feel like I did get a really nice even application. So I'm down for that. I'm here for that. But as I was saying, I got the Hong Kong fried rice, which came with shrimp, but I got it without shrimp because I'm not a huge seafood fan, and it was so good. But it was just nice because Friday night, you know, like I said, I was so excited to meet Sam. We had not gotten to meet before. We had been talking for so long. We thought we were gonna meet in Charleston. So to be able to really spend time with her this weekend was amazing. I can honestly say what you see online is what you get with these women, but like times 10. They're so much better in person. Like, Sam was so sweet. You know, she was hosting us in her city, so she went out of her way to make sure everybody was comfortable, to make sure if there was something you wanted to do, that you got to do it, that you got to see it. She was so beautiful in person. She was so sweet, but it was nice to be able to like finally get to meet her and chat in person. And it was funny because at one point I was sitting at the table and I got to meet Erica Vieira. She is a coach here in the YouTube space, so I will link her down below, and Lori Hill. I was sitting by them and we were kind of talking about our kids. And so Erica was like, do you have kids? And I said, yes, my daughter is 4. And Sam was like, your daughter's 4 already? Because we had been friends before I even had children. And I was like, yes, can you believe it? Like, she's 4 now. I don't know where the time went, but she's 4 now. So I would definitely have to say that that is who I was most excited to meet. And I'm really glad too that we got to spend so much time together. Like, we got to spend Friday night together, we got to spend time Saturday at the Creators and Friends, and then we also got to spend time Sunday together. So after dinner at Hakkasan, Sam got us a table at the Hakkasan nightclub, which is connected to it in the MGM, and that was open to whoever wanted to come. So that was really cool. It was such a fun experience, definitely a nightclub experience. Like, the atmosphere was, everyone was like there to have a good time. You had the flashing lights, you had I have a vlog, so check out the vlog, you can see a clip there. But we had a table. There was one family next to us, like literally multi-generational family. And like, I'm talking, grandma was there, mom was there, kids were there. They were all dancing. Like, it was such a vibe. But it was so cool because several of the creators from dinner went over to Hakkasan nightclub, but a few more joined us and we were able to hang out. And this leads me into my other question. Someone else asked me if there was anyone that I had an instant connection with. And so another person, another creator who went to Charleston with us, who I was excited to see again in Vegas, is Amanda, or Makeup Just for Fun. And so I thought of her instantly when I saw the question, did you have an instant connection with someone? Because I did get to meet Amanda for the first time in Charleston, and we got to spend a lot of time together there. And I loved her instantly there. When we were getting ready to go to the Charleston trip, I remember Heather and Angie kind of giving me like the rundown on people that they had already met, who they were meeting again or seeing again in Charleston. And I remember them telling me like, oh my gosh, you'll love Amanda. And I had been subscribed to her for years already at this point. And I said, oh, like, I love her content. I love her humor in her videos. I have a very I can have a very dry, sarcastic sense of humor. I love her one-liners and like her bloopers at the end. So I was like, oh, like, I already love her. I'm so excited to meet her. And they were like, no, she's even better in person. And so we met in Charleston and we got along great, and we've kept in touch since, but I was super excited to see her again. And when I saw her again this time, we did get to spend more time together. I kid you not, it honestly, like, you would have thought that we like hang out every day. I love Amanda so much. I swear we were separated at birth. I think she's like a year or 2 older than me, but I promise you, we're twins, and we were separated at birth because we had so much fun together. I got to meet her husband also. He is amazing. His one downfall is that I told him I wanted to take Amanda back to Houston with me, and he like told me no. He said that they had to go back together. So, I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of that, but I swear Amanda and I have so much fun together. You would honestly think that like we spend every day together, because that's what it feels like. It honestly is a friendship that's so effortless. She's beautiful, she's funny, she likes to have a good time, she likes to joke around. Like, she is just down for a good time, and we had a blast together. And I just loved her husband also. He reminded me of my brother, and I think that's why I had such a good time with him, because he went out with us and hung out with us and did dinners and lunches with us too. They were celebrating their anniversary, I'm pretty sure, so they did some stuff, just the two of them also. But he his energy reminded me of my brother. Like, loves to have a good time. He was making sure that like our drinks were stocked, the girls were good, I had my own personal bodyguard. Like, it was great. So Amanda is definitely someone that I feel like I had an instant connection with, and I was so excited to spend more time with her because I just love her so much. Like, it's just such an effortless friendship. We just had a great time together, and I'm so sad because I'm not going to the next retreat for Creators and Friends, and she is. And so we kept saying like, I'm gonna see you soon, I'm gonna see you soon, but I'm not gonna see her soon. But I love her so much. So definitely had an instant connection with her, and I was so excited to see her again. Okay, let me get the box for the next brush that I want to try. Okay, so the next brush is the F04, and this says it's a powder brush that picks up product easily. Because of how the bristles are made, the F04 makes it easy to get an even application of product. So I am going to dip into my powder and use that to set underneath my eyes. So Friday was awesome. We didn't stay out too late because, like I said, I was up at 5 o'clock Central Time, Houston, on Friday, and Vegas is 2 hours behind us. So it was like 3 a.m. Vegas time that I got up, and yeah, so I was tired. I was tired, so we went to the nightclub. We did dinner, we went to the nightclub, but honestly, we decided to go back pretty early in the evening or morning, whatever you want to call it, because this does pick up powder so effortlessly, because we were all kind of tired just from traveling and stuff. So Saturday, we were able to kind of just get up and go at our own pace. We woke up in the morning, we did a little bit of shopping, we walked around. Heather and her sister-in-law have never been to Vegas before, but Angie and I had, so we were like, you know, like, let's go do some shopping. We walked around, we got lost in the Venetian, y'all. We got lost in the Venetian. Okay, so we went to Caesars, and we just grabbed some drinks in front of the fountain that was like a replica of the Trevi fountain, and we were just hanging out and talking, having a good time. We did some shopping there. We went into the Sephora. We got Heather's sister-in-law a red lip, because you always need a classic red, and she said she does not really wear red lips. We were like, girl, we're gonna hook you up immediately. So we went into the Sephora there, but then we went into the Venetian and we got lost. Once you're in, you're in. Like, you're in there for life. We did the little gondola ride, which was so cool. I have that all in my vlog if you want to see that. It was a really fun experience. I did have the opportunity to do a gondola ride when I was in Venice. And Angie and I were joking the whole time, because we've both been to Italy and we've been to Venice. And so the whole time we would be like, look at that. It's like we're almost in Italy. It's almost Italy. We did eat in the Venetian at, what was it called? Bobby V's restaurant? Was that what it was called? I'll list it on the screen where we went, but it was Italian food and it was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Angie and I got the carbonara. We considered splitting it, but decided not to. And I'm so glad we didn't, because listen, it was so good. It was so good that I almost ate the entire thing. I forgot that there is a brush that I wanted to do to go in with cream product, and I normally like to go in with cream before powder, but it's fine. We're gonna go in over the powder this time. Okay, so the next brush I want to use is the F03, and the box says, the brush that balances between firm and flexible, perfect for blending out cream products. So I want to try, I just lost a brush. I want to try it with cream bronzer, so I'm going to go in with my NARS bronzer. But hanging out all day with Angie and Heather and her sister-in-law was so fun on Saturday, just to kind of be able to do whatever we wanted, because when we were in Charleston, we did get to do whatever we wanted, and we did spend a lot of time together, but it was just like we weren't on a schedule, you know what I mean? So the thing that was really cool is, like, one of us would say we wanted to do something, and the other people would be like, okay, cool, let's do it, you know? Angie had a store that she really wanted to visit, and so we were walking back, and she was like, I mean, I could go another day, and we're like, I mean, we can go right now, like, we're just hanging out. So it was so easy and effortless being with them and getting to hang out with them, and it was so nice having people to, like, explore Vegas with, because that's pretty much what we did on Saturday. That was a really easy and nice application. But then we went back and we were getting ready for the event, the holiday party. Now, for the holiday party, we did buy a ticket. We purchased a ticket. We were invited. And if you are not following Creators Friends events on Instagram, definitely follow them, because I saw them posting a lot before the event. They were open to invite, like, any creator who wanted to go. So if you're wondering how I got an invite, I literally told them I wanted to go. Like, when we were in Charleston, they sent all of the invitations out to us, but we bought our own ticket while we were there. So I had a ticket for the event. We bought our airfare out there. We paid for our hotel. Like, this was an event for us to get together and hang out and network and mingle and meet people who we knew in the social media space, but that we hadn't been able to meet before. But like, we paid our own way out there. So I was super excited to go and meet people that I had talked to that I had never, met in person before. I was definitely looking forward to it, but feeling a little nervous also because I was having a little bit of imposter syndrome, just feeling like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm a 3rd grade teacher. Like, what am I doing in this space with all of these beautiful creators? But when I tell you that was totally 100% in my head and not a single person made me feel like that there, like, it was completely 100% in my head. When we got to the event, first of all, it was beautiful. Check out my vlog. I have a clip of it. But Sam and Cymbre did a great job of setting it up so nice for us. Cymbre was there to welcome us. There was an area with a ring light where you could set up your phone to take pictures or create content. There were hors d'oeuvres and donuts and drinks and permanent jewelry. And there were prizes that you could win. When I walked in and saw the goodie bag table, I have a short on the goodie bag. Check it out. But Allie Glines sent over her makeup bags, and I was like, I wanted the purple one ever since she announced that she was releasing new colors. I don't know why I'm still blending. I don't need to anymore. It blended beautifully. I saw the gift bags and instantly lost my breath. I was so stinking excited for those makeup bags because I've wanted them for so long. So I was super excited to see that, to meet all of the creators, but also there were 2 Sigma reps there. Lauren is who I communicate with. I am a Sigma affiliate. If you ever shop Sigma, first of all, highly recommend their under eye corrector. You can see I have hit pan in mine on both sides, but you can use K-Bella to save money. But Lauren is who I communicate with. And then I got to meet Haley also. When I tell you, these 2 women, like, they should be models. Are they not models? They should be models. They should be models. They are gorgeous. They are so sweet. They were so just like tall and beautiful. I loved getting a chance to meet them in person and talk with them. They were so sweet. So I was so excited to see they were there. And then, oh my gosh, like, I got to meet Amy from Dolly Mama Beauty. We have chatted. I got to meet Natalia Larova. We've been friends. I got to meet Kara from Beauty and the Frizz, Dr. Ash and her makeup. Like, I have followed these women for years. I got to meet Risa. Oh, Risa was such a trooper. I had chatted with her beforehand. I need to get into some bronzer here. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try the F05. It says medium fluffy round brush, perfect for covering bigger areas with powder products, ideally on the cheeks. So I think I'm going to use that one for bronzer and go over my cream bronzer with powder bronzer. So I thought Risa was such a trooper because I was super excited to meet her. I knew she lived in Vegas, so I was assuming that she would probably be there. But if you follow her, she had an injury to her back. She was there, when I tell you, stunning, gorgeous, and there, like, with an injury, and she still looked that beautiful, that amazing. So I was so happy that I just got to say hi and hug her. She, literally pulled through, was there with an injury, pulled through. I was so happy to meet her. Like, everyone was just so sweet. Like, everyone was so nice. You would walk up to people, they would introduce themselves, hug, handshake, talk, like, it was just so cool to be in one space and like mingling with everybody. That's the thing, is it honestly, I was so nervous beforehand because I'm like, everyone's makeup is gonna be flawless, everyone's outfit is gonna be flawless, and I'm just a 3rd grade teacher, what am I doing here? But everyone was so nice, everyone was so kind, everyone was so complimentary, and I'm just so appreciative of Sam and Cymbre putting this on and giving us an outlet, an opportunity to be able to like hang out and spend time with each other, because that's really what it is. Like, everyone took pictures and started mingling and just chatting with each other, and it was just, it was just the best time ever. But perhaps an even not more exciting, but a cooler part of the evening, or another exciting part to the evening, was that Sam threw it out there that she reserved a table at Gatsby's after the event for anybody who wanted to go. And I was so excited for this because Sam and I had talked before. I know that she likes Gatsby's, and I had seen pictures of their special drinks, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, are we going to be able to go when I come for the weekend? So Sam set it up, not because of me, because she loves Gatsby's, but she threw it out there that anybody who wants to go could go to Gatsby's and meet up and hang out. And there were so many creators who went to the after party to Gatsby's just to hang out. I liked Gatsby's more than Hakkasan because Gatsby's is inside Resort World. And I had seen it when I went with my husband in July of 21, I think was when we went. I need to put some blush on while I'm telling you this. So I want to use the F06. Let me grab the box. Okay, so this is the Wispy Angled Brush, perfect for more pigmented powder products, delivering a feathery and well-blended result. I want to use this for blush, so I'm going to go in with my Buxom Blush, and I want to use this. But my husband and I had been to Resorts World before it was finished, so now everything was finished. Gatsby's is in there inside Resort World, and it was really cool because they had like a really good DJ. It was such a great vibe, like the music was so good, but it was kind of almost like more loungy. There's definitely an area where you can dance and have a good time, but there were also like chairs and tables for us to sit at. And so the music was amazing. The drinks were stunning. They came out with the big bathtub drink, which I had some of that. Delicious, okay, delicious. But they also came out with this White Russian that Angie and I am pretty sure drank all of. So sorry to anybody who wanted it but didn't get it. I'm pretty sure Angie and I drank that. It was so good. It was in an ice cream cone. Y'all, the best. But I was just having a good time there, you know? I am one of the people who, you know, like I'll dance here and there, but I just kind of, I'm there for the vibe, you know? I'm there for the drink. I'm there to hang out. Amanda and I got to spend a lot of time together chatting. Her husband was there with us. He was definitely making sure, he was like, do you need water? Do you need, like, what do you need? Do you need a Coke? Like, what can I get you? So it was nice to have like my own personal, like, assistant there getting me things. So it was, y'all, it was so fun. Gatsby's was probably one of the highlights of my time there, just because I enjoyed the vibe, and it was a great crowd. We were able to just like hang out. You could hear each other. I mean, the music was loud, but you could hear each other a little bit better than at Hakkasan. So we closed Gatsby's down. Angie and I were, Angie was losing her voice, but we were in the Uber on the way back to our hotel, and I looked down and I was like, Angie, it's 4 a.m., so that means it's 6 a.m. at home. So while we are going to bed, my family's waking up. But it was great. It was such a great time. Okay, let me, I feel like this video is going to be so long. I hope you don't mind. Let me move into highlighter. This blush brush is amazing and so fluffy and so... I just keep blending, not because I have to, but because I'm not doing a good job at talking and doing my makeup, because I'm so excited to tell you all about this event. I want to go into the F07, which says it's a detailed complexion brush with bristles that allow you to pick up both powder or cream to powder products with ease. I think I'm going to try this one as a highlight brush, and I'm going to go into this Sigma highlighter in Twilight. So Sunday, we actually were sleeping in, but we didn't put like the do not disturb on the door. So all of a sudden we like hear housekeeping knocking, trying to get in, which woke us all up. And we were like, oh my gosh, where are we? What time is it? What is going on? But yeah, we still, I mean, it was still, we got to sleep in a little bit. But it was nice because on Sunday after the party, we made plans to meet up with, again, when I say we, I'm talking about Angie, Heather, and I, and Heather's sister-in-law. We made plans to meet up with Amanda and her husband for lunch. And so we went to the MGM and we ate at, I think it was Wolfgang Puck's restaurant in there, which was delicious. And we also got to see Steph's Beauty Stash. I do not know her well. I know she's collabed with Karen before, so I was following her on Instagram and everything on YouTube, but I don't know her well. She was supposed to attend the event and didn't get a chance to, so she came. She knows Heather and Angie, so she actually came and said hi to us while we were eating lunch, which was really cool to meet her because she's a former teacher and she lives in Texas also, so it was cool to chat with her about that. We're gonna go ahead and get into the eyes. I am going to prime, and I'm really excited to use this, this FO2 because I saw Angie use it for blending out her primer, and that's what I'm excited to do. But yeah, so we got like kind of a later lunch. I want to say it was like maybe 1:30 when we got lunch, so we were able to kind of just like get up and take a leisurely stroll over to the MGM. We just walked, you know, when we were on the strip because we stayed at the Paris. So we met up for lunch there, and then listen, we needed coffee. Okay. After lunch, we needed coffee. So there is a Netflix store that we saw on the way to the MGM that we really wanted to check out. And so on the way back, we met up with Dolly Mama Beauty. She met us at the Netflix store, which was really cool to check out. That blended out effortlessly. And yeah, then we just kind of, okay, Angie made us reservations at Vanderpump. Thank you, Angie, because Heather and I watched the show. I think we were the only two that watched the show, but I really wanted to go. First of all, because when Angie was there with Sam before, they both went to Vanderpump together and posted again their drinks, which looked beautiful. But I was like, listen, I watched the show. Vanderpump is in Paris. Can we please go? I need to see it. So Angie made us a reservation. That place is stunning. If you go, even if you don't care about the show, you still need to check it out. That place is stunning. Like the aesthetics are beautiful. So it was Angie, Heather, her sister-in-law, and I, and then Sam and Cymbre came, and Amanda and her husband came, and we all ate dinner together. First of all, the food was delicious. Sam and I got these little, what were they called? They were like little mini hamburgers, but it was like inside a croissant with the V on top. Beautiful. The potatoes were so good. I am going to be digging into the Sorcerous smoke because this arrived before I left, but I did not get a chance to use it, and it looks stunning. Now I am going to a 5-year-old's birthday party today, so we're gonna stick to more of a neutral bag. Okay, so Vanderpump. If you watch the show, in this last season with the Scandival, the girls took a trip to Vegas, and in Vegas, they went to the Vanderpump restaurant, of course, and I am going to use my my Singe Beauty EO3. This is not one of her new brushes. Angie's had this one. It's in her first brush set, but I am going to go in with Vision here. Anyway, the girls in Vanderpump went to Vanderpump Paris, and they met up with Oliver, and Oliver is, if you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Garcelle, who Steve told me was on the Jamie Foxx show, she's an actress, but now she's on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So her son is Oliver, and Oliver works at Vanderpump in Vegas, is what I'm trying to say, in case you don't watch the show. So when the girls went to Vegas and ate at the restaurant, they met Oliver, and Oliver ended up going out with them afterward. And y'all, so we get to Vanderpump. We take our seat, right? And we were missing a chair. We just needed a chair. So all of a sudden, someone comes over and is like, here you go, ladies, and drops a chair off. And I look up, and it was Oliver. It was Oliver. Of course, I knew that, like, he worked at the restaurant. Like, I knew that, right? That was not new news. I knew that. But y'all, he was really there working and brought a chair to our table. So I immediately start freaking out. I'm like grabbing Sam and Cymbre because they're sitting on either side of me. He walks away, and Heather goes, Kelly, was that him? I was like, yes, that was Oliver. I instantly text Molly, Makeup Molly, because she watches the show too. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just saw Oliver. And then like when he would walk by, I kind of glanced at him a few times. I'm pretty sure he saw me staring at him, but I mean, he was working. So I didn't think it would be appropriate for me to be like, can I take a picture with you? Because I know who you are. When we were going to leave, if I had seen him, I would have like waved. And if he came over, I would have said like, I know who you are. I'm not just like a creeper. But it was just so crazy to see him there. And I got the Vanderpump drink. Was that what I got? It was so good. It was so sweet. It was so good. Amanda got the It's My Birthday drink, which also looked amazing. Cymbre got a mule, which she said was amazing. Like, y'all, the drinks are expensive in Vegas, okay? I'm talking every drink we had was every bit of like $20, but it was so good. Like, so delicious. I'm just so glad we got to go to Vanderpump. One, I'm glad that I got to spend more time with Sam and Cymbre. I thought it was so nice that they came out with us. I'm gonna go in with the Singe EO5, and I think I'm gonna take this deeper shade right here. I thought that it was so sweet that they like came out with us and went to dinner with us, and we were just able to like talk about the party and talk about like everything that everybody has going on. And just, you know, the thing that I loved most about this weekend was all of like the downtime where we were just hanging out. Like, the event was so cool. The holiday party was so cool. I hope that Sam and Cymbre do more events like this where they're like just one day, because it's hard for me. I was supposed to go to their next trip in New Orleans, but again, it's during the week and it's when I'm testing, and being a teacher, like, I have to be here for testing. That's kind of like a non-negotiable thing. My boss would not approve time off at that time, so I had to back out of it. It's hard for me to do these like getaways during the week, but if they do more one-day events, I will 100% go. Everyone was so sweet, so nice. Like, you get to spend time with people, and it's not just all shop talk. Like, yes, people are talking about strategies and videos and thumbnails and like the behind the scenes and how they do things, but it's not just that. People are also talking about like their lives and what's going on, and, you know, like what they're gonna do in Vegas. I got to meet makeup with Mariella. We also have been friends since before I even had kids, and she lives in the Vegas area, so she went to the party and I got to meet her in person, which I was super duper excited about. Like, it was such the downtime I really appreciated. And this was one thing, I mean, Heather and I were talking about, is I'm a people person. Like, I love to be with people all of the time. For my husband, he's the opposite. It can be very draining for him to be with people all the time, but for me, it really builds me up. And that's something Heather and I were talking about, is we really liked, like, even just sharing a hotel room. You wake up and you're like, good morning, and getting ready together. And, you know, after the Vanderpump, we were tired, so we just kind of went back and we were lounging, packing, just talking. I'm gonna go into this soot shade, this deeper shade here. I don't want something super deep, dark, and vampy, but whoa, okay. But I think I just did it here with that shade. That's okay, I'll blend it out, and I'm gonna put a shimmer on it anyway. But the downtime was really nice, like just to be able to hang out with my friends, meet people who love makeup just as much as I do. Like, it was such a great time, y'all. I had literally such a great time, and I'm so thankful to Sam and Cymbre for inviting me. Like I said, if you're interested, like, it is open to all creators. I've had people like ask me, how did you get invited? Like, just message Sam and Cymbre, for real. Message them at Creators Friends Events, send them a DM, email them, let them know that you'd like to be in their database, because they are all about bringing people together, and they really did it this weekend. They really were able to bring people together. It was such a great time. Like, Vegas is a great place. There's stuff for everybody. You know, if you don't gamble, if you don't drink, like, there's still mocktails, there's restaurants, there's shows. Like, it is just such a vibe, and I had such a great time, like, just hanging out with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, that was the best part. Okay, I'm debating on my lid shade here. Oh, I didn't realize this was a duochrome. I thought it was nude, and then I dipped into it and it has a bit of a purple. I think we're gonna have to go with that one. I was between Sorcerous, Ritual, and Potent. I think I'm gonna have to go with this one, with Sorcerous. So one of the questions came from my friend Smegs, who's here in Houston with me, and she asked if I fell asleep at the nightclub. Listen, we almost did at Hakkasan. It was not an environment where you would fall asleep. It was very loud. But at one point, Angie looked at me and she was like, I think I'm just spent. And I was like, listen, oh, this is a gorgeous shade. I have been up for almost 24 hours. Like, I am exhausted. So no, I did not fall asleep. But I definitely, it was almost happened. I was very, very tired Friday night when we got in. I was so glad that we got to go out to dinner and like see Hakkasan. It's beautiful, but your girl was tired. Heather, of course, you know, wanted to know, like, did I like my roomies or not? And I mean, like, I really don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was my favorite part. My favorite part was staying with them. Let me see. I was thinking of those questions off the top of my head. Is there anything I missed? Oh, where did you get that pretty sparkly dress from? From this place called Lulu's. And it's funny because I wore that Friday night when we went to Hakkasan. And Kelly Gooch was like, oh my gosh, that I literally have a dress that's almost exactly like that, but I'm wearing it for tomorrow. And I was like, Kelly, we should have planned this together. We should have worn it the same day. But she wore hers for the Creators and Friends party, and hers was long sleeve and mine was short sleeve. I'm getting a little bit of fallout. I will link my dress down below. I don't, it's kind of expensive and also kind of short, which is why I initially bought it thinking I was going to wear it to the holiday party, but it was real short. Real short. And as someone who is just a teacher and a mom, and I don't leave my house very often, I was worried that it was a little too short for my liking. So when we got there and found out that we were going to go to a nightclub, I was like, listen, if you're gonna wear a short dress, like a nightclub would be the time to do it. Y'all, this Sorcerous shade, I just love it. Like, this is a beautiful shade. This is... Okay, so there is one piece of my makeup missing and one new makeup item in my collection that I want to share with you, and it is these lipsticks by Ravie Beauty, which is Alec Lyne's new brand. We were able to get these when they were inside our goodie bags. I was so excited. Okay, I was so excited to see Ravie Beauty in our shop Alec Lyne's bags as gifts to us for the Creators and Friends party because, listen, I wanted to purchase these when they released, but I'm on a no-buy for lip products this year, and I was so close to purchasing them, and I was like, you know what, just wait, and this is why. This is why, just wait, because now they are mine, and I am going to share the lip swatches with you. So let's go ahead and check out these colors. This one right here is in the shade Lily. It is the most neutral leaning, like nude, in my opinion. So creamy. Very creamy. You can see here, it's like a My Lips But Better shade. Oh, feels very comfortable. Comfortable on the lips, beautiful nude shade. You can definitely build it up. So this one right here is the shade Lily. Okay, so next up is the shade Dahlia, and this one is also nude, but a little bit more of like a mauve, and that's my type of shade. You could definitely do like a light wash of color. Again, My Lips, but a little bit more mauve. You can see I'm building it up here. Super creamy and shiny. So here is Dahlia built up. These lipsticks, I can tell, are gonna be super easy, like throw in your purse lipsticks, because first of all, they're creamy. They have pigment to them, but they're not like overly pigmented. So it just kind of like, it almost looks like a gloss or a sheen on my lips. I love this one too. And then last but certainly not least is Tulip, which is the one that is the most pigmented, most vibrant color. And let's see. If you want to do like a light wash, it almost looks like I had a popsicle. Yeah, like I had a popsicle. But then you can build it up to get more pigment. I really like how comfortable it is and like the glossy look to it. Definitely this is going to be a good one in the summer because it literally looks like I just had a popsicle. Okay, so that is it for this Get Ready With Me. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, my favorite color is purple, so leave me the little purple heart emoji. I know this is a long one. I know, because I know how long I've been filming, so I know it's gonna take me a minute to like edit and get it the way that I like it, but you know, I hope that you just enjoyed hearing about some new products. I wanted to give them some time to shine. I've been looking forward to trying the Sorcerous Smoke Palette. You know, I did stick with neutrals today, so we did Vision, Intention, Soot, and Sorcerous, but I'd really like to create a green look and I'd really like to create a purple look. This shade looks beautiful also. So I think I may still do like a 2 looks palette, probably while I'm on Christmas break, but I'm excited about that. Of course, I'm so excited for my beautiful friend Angie and her brand Singe Beauty. This is on sale now. Angie did have these brushes sent to me, but I did order her sponge and puff, so those are coming to me soon. The only 2 new brushes that I did not feature are the 2 eye brushes that came in her line. I just used the ones I already had, but this one is the E06 and this one is the E07. So the E06 looks like it is a little bit more dense. It's still fluffy, but it's a little bit more dense than her other fluffier type of brushes. And the E07 looks like it's going to be good for detail work. It's like nice and flat. So I'm super excited to add these to my collection. And of course, I have been wanting to try out Ravie Beauty lipsticks, but because I was on my no-buy, I didn't purchase them. So I'm excited to try them out now. They're super comfortable, but I hope you enjoyed hearing about my time at the Creators and Friends event, the holiday party. It was so fun. Thank you so much to Sam and Cymbre from Creators Friends Events. Follow them on Instagram if you want more information. Thank you to all of the brands who sent us gifts and all of the brands that just sponsored the events, the food that was there. It was a great time, y'all. It was a great time. And now the sun wants to come in and make me even brighter. But that's going to do it for this one. Make sure you're subscribed before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just filming. It's just the camera, baby.
You're talking to nobody?
Yeah.
Why are you talking to nobody?
That's just what I do when I film videos. And then I put them on the internet later.